Today is February 24th, 2021. Okay, and this is the lesson for pages 142 and 143. Okay, to get started off, our do now is the word official. During a football game, the official's role is to blank. Okay, all right, so during a football game, the official's role is to blank. Just writing it down really quick. Okay. All right. So the official is obviously like the referee, the one who is in charge of calling the rules, things like that. Okay. I'm kind of interested in this story. I've never read it, and I am, to be honest, I'm not reading ahead because I kind of want to go along with what what you guys know, things like that. It's kind of getting interesting. They have started the lottery. They've started to call people up. There were a couple people missing. One man who had broken a leg, and they asked his wife if she has a son that could do the drawing, and she said no, he's not even 16. So she will be the one who does the drawing. So we can see that they prefer that the men, or maybe that's kind of like the manly thing to do is to be the one who does the drawing. But we're still trying to figure out what the drawing is even for. One thing I wanted to remind you of that I thought was interesting. Do you remember those kids who were gathering rocks? I'm wondering what that has to do with anything. They gathered rocks and they placed them in a pile, which I thought was kind of weird, and I have no idea if that has anything to do with the remainder of the story or not. Okay, so first things first, we are going to look at the vocabulary quit and gravely. Hey, I got interrupted by a phone call. So quit and gravely are our vocab words today. So quit means to stop doing something, right? Okay, if you quit smoking, you stop smoking. You stop smoking cigarettes. Okay, if you quit a basketball team, you stop going to basketball practice and games, right? Okay, so what's a polite way to ask someone to quit talking during a movie? A polite way to ask someone to quit talking is to say blank. Okay, all right, then we have the word gravely. Behaving in a blank way. Okay, so a somber or dignified way is what I want you to do. Okay, somber or dignified way. Okay, all right. So somber or dignified way. When might you speak to someone gravely about something? I might speak to someone gravely if I have blank news. Okay. All right, let's get into our reading, see what happens in this part of the story. Okay. Seems like there's no time at all between lotteries anymore, Mrs. Delacroix said to Mrs. Graves in the back row. Seems like we got through with the last one only last week. Time sure goes fast, Mrs. Graves said. Clark, Delacroix? There goes my old man, Mrs. Delacroix said. She held her breath while her husband went forward. Dunbar, Mr. Summers said, and Mrs. Dunbar went steadily to the box while one of the women said, Go on, Janie, and another one said, There she goes. Okay, so that's the lady who is going to draw because her husband has a broken leg, correct? We're next, Mrs. Graves said. She watched while Mr. Graves came around from the side of the box, greeted Mr. Summers gravely, and selected a slip of paper from the box. By now, all through the crowd there were men holding the small, folded papers in their large hands, turning them over and over nervously. Mrs. Dunbar and her two sons stood together, Mrs. Dunbar holding the slip of paper. Harbert, Hutchinson. Get up there, Bill, Mrs. Hutchinson said, and the people near her laughed. Jones, they do say, Mr. Adams said to old man Warner, who stood next to him, that over in the North Village, they're talking of giving up the lottery. Okay, let's look at what questions we are looking for right quick. What does Old Man Warner think about talk in the North Village of giving up the lottery? Okay, so we're going to read about that probably right now. In fact, right here, I have a prediction. Pack of crazy fools, he said. Okay, so he thinks it's crazy they're going to give up the lottery, but we don't know everything yet. What does Mr. and Mrs. Adams' exchange with Old Man Warner tell you about the tradition of the lottery? We're going to have to look into that. And then, do you think the tradition of the lottery is likely to change in the village? Why or why not? Use evidence in your answer. I think the tradition of the lottery blank. Okay? All right, so now we're moving over. Okay. Old Man Warner snorted. Pack of crazy fools, he said. Listen to the young folks. Nothing's good enough for them. Next thing you know, they'll be wanting to go back to living in caves. Nobody work anymore. Live that way for a while. Live that way for a while. Used to be a saying about lottery in June, corn be heavy soon. First thing you know, we'd all be eating stewed chickweed and acorns. There's always been a lottery, he added petulantly. Bad enough to see young Joe Summers up there joking with everybody. Some places have already quit lotteries, Mrs. Adams said. Nothing but trouble in that, Old Man Warner said stoutly. Pack of young fools. Martin and Bobby Martin watched his father go forward. Overdyke, Percy. Okay, so he continues to read out the names. I wish they'd hurry, Mrs. Dunbar said to her older son. I wish they'd hurry. They're almost through, her son said. You get ready to run tell Dad, Mrs. Dunbar said. Okay, all right, so pack, a group of animals or people, and petulantly, to behave or act in an ill-tempered, peevish way. Okay? All right, and I keep seeing these rocks that they talked about. What in the world are these rocks all about that the kids were gathering before the lottery? Okay? All right, so what do you guys think? I kind of got a hint today. I kind of wondered, like, one guy, he says they need to continue having the lottery. If they quit lotteries, they're a bunch of idiots, is basically what he's saying, right? Okay. Let's see. It says something kind of about working. Nobody work anymore. Live that way for a while. Used to be a saying about lottery in June. Corn be heavy soon. Okay. It makes me wonder if this has something to do with like their jobs, things that they have to do for their community. Okay, we're going to stop right there. I want you guys to fill out the key idea, make inferences, and react and write. Okay. Let's make sure that we're spending good, quality, solid time on the student application and independent reading. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day.